Hey YouTube, it's Zen Maiden. How are you? Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're returning, one of my YouTube friends here. I'm doing great today. It's Friday. Hope you're doing well too. So anyway, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the little, smash the subscribe button and touch the bell icon if you want to get an update for my upcoming videos. I'm back to YouTube now, and I feel like really sharing a lot that will hopefully help other people. I'm sharing the reasons for my decision, and everybody's decision for revision is personal, and therefore my reasons are no more valid than yours or anyone else's. So basically mine have to do with comorbidities. My reason for changing from the gastric sleeve, going for the full DS, the traditional DS, is basically that, I didn't lose enough weight from the gastric sleeve, and now I'm having more complications. I guess I've had some of them for a long, long time, and kind of get used to living that way. So my first complication is I've had GERD for many years since I had the gastric sleeve. In fact, right after the surgery, I was on protonics for a few years, and then I stopped taking them, and then the GERD came back, and now it's bad. I have to take pantoprazole. I take that for my GERD every day, a morning and night sometimes, other times just once a day. And then I take Gaviscon. I chew those when I get the acid reflux, like I'm at my office or something. I just pull out. I keep them in my purse. They're white little chalky things you chew, and that kills the GERD if you eat enough of them. I usually eat 3 or 4. So my mom had given me that tip back in the day because she had hiatal hernia, and so she told me try that, and I did, and it's really helped a lot. So meanwhile, having GERD is dangerous because it can cause a condition called Barrett's esophagus, and I'm no doctor, but I'm telling you that because precancerous, and you definitely don't want that. So it's good if you do have GERD that you get your esophagus checked with the endoscopy, and they will give you a report on how you're doing. So that's number one, comorbidity. Number 2 is I have arthritis. It's in my feet and knees. So that really cramps my style, keeps me from doing things I want to do, like, any kind of long distance walk or hike is completely out of the question. I can really only go maybe a mile, sometimes a mile and a half, without my feet like starting to scream. And remember, I always have to walk back. So, if I walk a mile one way, of course, I got to turn around and walk another mile. And I've had it where I could barely make it to the end, and then my feet would hurt so much the next day I could hardly walk. So, yeah, that's my arthritis, and it's flared up because there's too much weight on these bones. I mean, I'm not a big bone person, but I got weight on me. So I'm 5'4", and right now I am in a small losing phase from my regain. I'm down to 219. That doesn't sound very good for someone who's 5'4". I should be more like 119. But all that aside, I'm not saying I want to be 119. Don't get me wrong. But that's probably around where my normal weight would be, 125, 135, something like that. So that's hopefully where I'll get to with the DS. And I'll have the power of the tool to help me maintain as long as I don't step out of the box and do too many refined sugars. Those cause weight gain. And I think as long as you stick to the proteins and vegetables. Excuse me so much. Sorry, I'm up at 4:45 every day, so I'm a little bit, some days a little tired. Forgive me. Anyway, I'm just having this conversation as if it's just you and I, okay? So, yeah, I started researching gastric bypass. I thought that might be a good idea. I didn't know how they would turn a sleeve into a bypass, but I know they can do it. Then I started reading more stuff, and how people with gastric bypass have gained all of their weight back. Not that it's not possible with the sleeve. It totally is. But, yeah, started reading the statistically that it's not as powerful as an operation as the DS. So that made me shift my thinking and think, I'm going to do this one last time, because God knows I'm not going to be on YouTube forever, and I'm not going to be alive forever. I might as well go for the gusto, get the one that is the most powerful, and work it, and do what I can, and then just be happy and stay where I'm at. I don't want to fuss with my weight my entire life. I'm sure you don't either. It's like so annoying. And I hate being obsessed with the process, but you kind of have to obsess with the process while you're going through it, because it's kind of all consuming in a way. I know I'll escape that phase because I've done it before. I'm just going to take a healthy approach to it, I hope this time. I said I hope, because I do get super hyper micro focused on stuff, and I just drill down and drill down and drill down and watch more and more and more and more medical videos and information. I think I'm pretty well versed on the duodenal switch. Have I had the duodenal switch yet? No. So I'm only as well versed as a layman really could be from reading miscellaneous writings, medical journals, doctors' websites, trying to learn all I can. And I've watched the surgery, I would say probably no less than 20, 25 times. The animation doesn't really do it justice, but it is a quick and dirty view of how it looks. There's a lot of discussion, out there about the common channel. How long is your common channel? Because they think that the common channel does have some influence over how much weight you will lose and be able to keep off. So, yeah, I don't know what mine will be, but I'm getting a traditional DS, and it's done by percentage. The common channel is usually 10% of the total small bowel length. So, depending on how long any one person's small bowel is, their 10% could be a different number than, let's say, 100. And I've been also reading that for some doctors' offices that the 100 isn't even the most common one used. Sometimes it's an 80 millimeter, sorry, just getting it straight. 80 millimeter, no, centimeter, sorry. Jeez, it's crazy, right? It's centimeter. 80 or 50 centimeter common channel. So depending on how your surgeon arrives at your common channel, if you're having the DS, that's going to be an influence on how much you're going to malabsorb and how much you're going to be able to not only lose but to keep off. So I know there are other competing operations out there, and I say to each his own, whichever one you think is going to work for you. Hopefully it will work for you. And you need to analyze it, do your research, know which ones are the most powerful and which one that you think that your lifestyle fits in with. There are some bad side effects initially from the DS, and as they call them bad, malodorous, colitis and gas. They say it's really bad, but mine was terrible with the sleeve, so I'm not sure how much worse it could actually get. I could clear a whole aisle in the grocery store. Yeah. It also makes the checkout line go faster. But meanwhile, luckily that phase does pass for the most part. And I'm sure it will with the DS also. It's, at the beginning, liquid in, liquid out. The first weeks, I think I'm going to be on maybe a soft food or puree, because I already have a sleeve, and I don't know how long the guts actually need to heal before I could actually return to eating normally. But I'm thinking it will be a process, and we'll just go through whatever the surgeon decides. Because I actually, when I was talking with my bariatric doctor, I asked the question, since you're not touching my sleeve, and I'm just going to have the gallbladder removed and the traditional DS made, then I'm going to wake up hungry, where other people are going to wake up and they can't eat because they're newly sleeved. So he goes, yeah, you're right. You're not going to wake up hungry. Hungry, but hopefully. I'd rather be hungry than nauseated. And if you watched my videos back in the day, you know that my hospital experience was miserable. Absolutely miserable. I was so sick with my sleeve after surgery. I couldn't eat or drink anything. And in 2 days, I probably drank 4 ounces water, maximum. I could barely get it in. Every time I would drink anything, I'd feel sick. And so luckily that eventually passed. But it could happen again. It could happen again. I mean, surgery kind of makes me feel sick, and pain meds, oh my God, they make me feel sick. I'm allergic to NSAIDs, so there's a lot of medicine they can't give me. But I think they usually just give me in a hospital like Dilaudid or morphine, and both. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, I know when I have to press that pump, I'm going to feel sick. This time, I'm going to proactively ask the doctor to give me either the patch that you wear behind your ear, the scopolamine patch, if he recommends that, or something else that they can put into my IV before I wake up that will mitigate some of that awful nausea. So I'm hoping again that will be smooth sailing, and we'll find out. No date yet, TikTok. So my other comorbidity, and I digress, I'm so sorry. Hold on. My cup. This is one of those cups that actually turns a different color when you heat it up. So this is actually red, it's a holiday cup. But the coffee's cold now, so it's green. Okay, so let's see. The other comorbidity I have, I already discussed GERD, and I discussed arthritis. The biggest one, guys, hypertension. You know, you can just stroke out, die from high blood pressure. And my blood pressure has been awful. The last 2 years, I've been on 2 medications, taking it twice a day. So because of this weight gain, and I know I can tell I look pretty much bigger than before. That's okay. Here's my arms. Oh well. That's what I did to myself. I didn't do the right thing for the last 2 years. Now I'm paying for it. Big time. But luckily, we have options. We have to forgive ourselves and move on, move forward. You know, shit happens. And it's always going to continue to happen. But with the DS, I think I have a better chance to survive obesity, to survive heart attack or stroke by getting this freaking weight off and being more active, being out running on the beach or walking on the beach or taking a hike. You know, going out and walking with my girls. They're all big now. And but I love to hang out with them. My husband, he's losing weight too. He loses fast. He's lost 24, 25 pounds in probably a month and a half, 2 months at the most. He's doing really good. But I tell him, you do you, I do me. I eat a certain way because I need to eat on time. I'm sort of on a timed for during the week schedule, and if I don't eat on time, I don't feel well. It's weird, I have migraines, and so I can get migraine headache and get really hangry if I don't eat on time. Even if I eat just a little something, I can't just go hours and hours without something. So lately I've been eating cheese stick for a snack if I need one. I drink the Premier Protein for lunch usually. And I have 2 of the little egg frittata from Costco. They're 70 calories. I have those at 10:30 because that's when I get hungry. I'm at work starting at 6 a.m. and I have coffee. And I will maybe allow myself like 1 piece of keto toast, like 10 carbs, I think. And that's what I have for fiber. I need fiber. The other bad part of gastric sleeve, by the way, guys, is major constipation. I never had it until I had the gastric sleeve. I'm hoping that the DS will change all that, and because I really, I didn't realize that it was such a problem for more people than just me. I thought it was just me, but apparently not. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted you to know that, yeah, the gastric sleeve is great for limiting how much you can eat. You can stretch it out. I do not do sodas and carbonation regularly. There are occasions when I will do diet ginger ale on ice. In fact, I got to make a video of how I did the DIY prep for surgery. I did a prep modification from a guy I saw on YouTube, and I'm going to give you guys the recipe and demonstrate how to do it one day. I'll be doing it again before I have surgery, because it's way more pleasant than buying that stuff at the market. You buy the components, mix it together, and then drink it. So I'm going to share that with you for anyone who has upcoming surgery or needs to have like a test where they need to be their bowel cleaned out completely. I'm going to share that with you. So anyway, guys, I know I'm rambling. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking with you, and thank you so much for commenting.